All of us love money. It can buy anything that you want. Sometimes even love. And my favorite, booty clapping sounds. Yeah, that's right. We all do what we do for the love of money. But money can't buy everything. It can't buy dignity, and money just can't buy responsibility. I mean, just think about it. Have you ever met somebody that no matter how much money they have, they always end up broke? And that's Tiffany Henyard. Tiffany Henyard gets a lot of money. She's a failed businesswoman. She's done a lot of things that made her broke in the past. But the mayor of Dolton loves money. She's the mayor of Dolton, the supervisor for Dolton Township, and she's had millions of dollars of access to money. Yet she finds herself always in a position where she doesn't have any. But now, there's some new news out about Tiffany Henyard. Tiffany Henyard might be dead broke. No, I know what you're thinking. Like, Dolton is broke? Yeah, we know she broke Dolton, left them like $7 million in debt.
Some of the items that we are talking about: Aurelio's Pizza, $131. Best Western, apparently 2 rooms for $318. Chicago Midway Airport, $200 worth of tax dollars spent on that. Cooper's Hawk, $557.68. Got Dollar Tree on here, $108. Dunkin' Donuts, $49.58. What else we got? Where else did we eat at? Holiday Inn in Bloomington, 2, 4, 6, 7 rooms, $2,694. Image One, Italian Fiesta, $113.59. Jewel Osco, $100.50.
But no, I mean personally, Tiffany Henyard. Not the money that she steals from other people. She's personally broke. Now, Tiffany Henyard would lead you to believe that she's doing all the nice stuff with the taxpayers' money, and she always has things like this going on.
Hey, it's me, hey! I'm supervisor. So we out here, we're giving away food today. So if you're interested, please pull up, show up, and we're giving out food from 4 to 7 p.m. So if you want food, fresh produce, fresh ground beef, come on out and get it. And I got some fruits for you, which is watermelon today. But let me turn around and show you what we're doing, because remember, they not like us. They not like us.
Well, as it turns out, Tiffany Henyard might need to get one of those food baskets for herself. And how do we know this? Rewind!
Old Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard has a new crisis on her hands. She's being booted out of her home. Fox 32 has obtained copies of an eviction notice filed in Cook County Court against Henyard and her boyfriend, Kamal Woods. Henyard has been renting a home in the 14600 block of South Harvard for the past 3 years. But the owner of the home told us Henyard and Woods are behind on the rent and owe more than $3,300. The notice also says Henyard has refused to allow an inspection of that property. Now, we reached out to her attorney, who texted back that he believes the story is false and that no rent payment was ever missed.
So Tiffany Henyard and her boyfriend Kamal Woods allegedly are evicted from their house. Now again, her lawyer is saying that this cannot be true, right? But I'd like to beg to differ, because, well, future performance is indicative of the past performance. And can we find another time in Tiffany Henyard's life where she was evicted from a property, or lost a business, or even lost a mortgage that was foreclosed on? Sure.
Mold, water leaks. Nearly 3 months ago, we first exposed serious problems in a South suburban rental home owned by a Dolton Village trustee.
Since then, the renter says it's only gotten worse. CBS 2 political investigator Dana Kozlov has also learned that trustee is pocketing tens of thousands of your tax dollars for a house that's now unlivable.
You need to get your clothes out for school.
Jacqueline Smith and her 2 children called this hotel room home for almost a month. Ever since the Dolton house they were renting from village trustee Tiffany Henyard was slapped with this.
A big red sign that I cannot live there because it's unlivable.
Unlivable mostly because of mold.
All mold. Even growing on the bottom of the shoes is mold.
Mold that Smith's landlord, Trustee Henyard, pledged to immediately clean up after we first reported on the problem in August.
And that's where it started.
Smith says workers came and painted. The house even passed a village inspection. Issues abated, notes Inspector Brian Thigpen in this September report, except they weren't.
It's horrible.
Enter activist David Lowry, who called Dolton directly. Suddenly, the house deemed livable on September 3rd became unfit for occupancy on October 15th. Lowry's theory?
The trustee used her power and influence.
We caught up with Henyard before last week's board meeting. I want to talk to you about that house on Dearborn. Can we do that?
My attorney's right here, so if you got any questions, I have legal counsel. Talk to my attorney.
So you want me to talk to your attorney and not you? You can't tell me how that house failed an inspection in October when it just passed it beforehand?
If you have any questions, talk to my attorney.
So we did.
The inspection process is within control of the village, not of the trustee. She has been instructed by the village attorney to be treated just like any other property owner.
Dolton's attorney says the house's inspection history is under investigation. And village records show a slew of past problems, with the house passing, then failing, then passing inspections for years, even before the Housing Authority of Cook County approved it as a rental property eligible for government housing assistance money, or Section 8. An HACC employee says as a landlord, Henyard's received $36,866 taxpayer dollars in Section 8 rent payments since 2017, when Smith moved in. Money that kept coming even after this foreclosure notice was filed against the house last year.
We're staying in a hotel, so.
All the while, Dolton taxpayers even helped foot the bill to keep Smith's family off the streets.
He thought that, the village should be compassionate. She had nowhere to go. She had children. What we thought was to actually bill Trustee Henyard.
So guys, that was over 9 years ago, where Tiffany Henyard was a slum landlord. She had property in the village of Dolton. And yes, she was taking Section 8 rent. Now, as you know, Section 8 is a program to help those people who are less fortunate to, pay for housing. They may pay a little bit of money, but the county or the state, they'll pay the majority of that money to the landlord. But you want to know what Tiffany Henyard was doing? Tiffany Henyard was keeping the money and wasn't paying the mortgage company. So she kept $36,000 of rental income and still lost the house in foreclosure. And again, you heard about the home is not being inspected. That was the thing. It was not passing inspection. Well, this is a new accusation that in her new home that she's not letting them come in and inspect, and then she's being foreclosed on because she's not paying the bills. So what's going on with Tiffany Henyard? I mean, let's look at the salary. She's making about $50,000 in the village of Dolton. She's making about another $200,000 plus as a supervisor of Thornton Township. That should give her $250,000 a year. Now, her boyfriend, Kamal Woods, works for her. He gets in excess of $100,000 a year. So how come they can't pay their rent? It's just simple. Some people are bad at money and they'll do anything to get money, and they'll spend the money because they don't have any respect for the dollar. But I have a better question. How did she become mayor anyway with all these problems? And again, it goes back to wanting to take a person that you're in love with instead of dealing with somebody that's a naturally good leader. In Black America, we love charismatic people, like beggars like Dr. Umar Johnson, people like Tiffany Henyard. These are people who have no ability to be responsible. They have no ability to do anything right. But hey, they give you a vibe when they talk. So let's put them in leadership positions, and especially Tiffany Henyard. But do you know what? Good leadership is often boring and it's repetitive. No shot at Jason House, but I feel like he would be a good leader because he's just not that exciting as an individual. He's still not boring, but he's a guy that's going to come in and do the menial tasks, the arduous tasks, the things that you're supposed to do to keep a city or a town running. Keeping a business running is boring. But when you want a charismatic leader, they will spend all of the money because they want to live a lavish lifestyle that they can't afford because they're irresponsible. And when they're irresponsible, they tend to blame all of their problems on other people. And they will do anything for the love of money, even if it's hurting the people that love them. And this is just another thing you're going to continue to see with a lot of the Black Democratic leadership that's coming up past 2024. And you're always going to see it in low income areas. You're going to see it in the Illinois area. You're going to see it in some of the black cities like Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Atlanta. You're always going to get these kind of people that are going to come in with nothing to offer and always wanting to steal from people so they can live lavishly. And then what you're going to see is they can't even manage their own money in their own homes. And it's sad because she got a whole dude living in there with her. Booty clapping sounds that she stole from somebody else. The dude is married or now separated. She's staying with this dude, letting him clap cheeks. She's basically employing the guy, and the guy can't even pay the rent to help her out while they're about to get evicted. What is she gonna do when she ain't got that money no more? Well, guys, we know where he's going. Booty clapping sounds to somebody else. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy LCD Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.